By the end of the week, the neighborhood noticed. The Holloways didn't go to HOA meetings, didn't wave from the mailbox. Something about them had shifted, like they were living inside a different kind of time. The house itself began to take on an edge. Nothing obvious, just a subtle sense that it was listening. Then, the white couple from 2 doors down came knocking. "Just wanted to check in," the woman chirped. "Everything okay in the new place? We noticed some flickering, lights, unusual hours." Olivia stood in the doorway, barefoot, in a house dress. "We're fine," she said flatly. The man tried to peer over her shoulder. "You sure? That house sat empty for a while. Bit of a reputation, to be honest." Olivia's smile didn't reach her eyes. "It's peaceful now." Later that night, Marcus stood on the porch drinking his bourbon neat, watching the wind roll over the grass like water. For the first time in years, he didn't feel anxious, didn't feel watched. In fact, he felt held, like the land itself had his back. Still, something tugged at him. When he closed his eyes, he saw fire. Not his own memories, the house's, a night long ago. Flames licking the siding, people in white hoods on horseback, a tree scorched down to the roots. He woke up in the rocking chair, sweating, and the hum was louder than ever. It happened the next day. Isaiah was in the backyard when he found the bones. He'd been digging for worms under the herb garden when his toy shovel scraped something hard. He called for his mother. Olivia knelt beside him, brushing away soil with her hands. It was a skull, small, human, child-sized, wrapped in faded blue cloth, buried with a necklace of wooden beads. She did not call the police. She called the house. She gathered the family in the study again. Ania read from the old page. Marcus held Isaiah close. Olivia lit a single white candle, the flame trembling like it knew a secret. I think, she said, this house was more than a home. Marcus nodded. A stop on the Underground Railroad? No, she said. A station for the spirit. A place where souls gathered after death. A crossing. Isaiah piped up. Like the conductor place on the train. Something like that, baby. Ania stared at the wall. So, what happens when it forgets? Olivia looked at her daughter. Then we have ghosts, wandering, waiting. Marcus rubbed his jaw. That would explain the dream I had. What dream? I was in the woods behind the house. There was a line of people, long, silent, dressed like they'd walked across centuries, and every time one of them reached the porch, they disappeared into the door. He looked up, but they weren't scared. They looked free. That night, the reckoning came. It started with the store, rain slamming the roof, wind twisting the oaks into sobbing shapes. But the sky never split with lightning. It wasn't that kind of storm. It was a cleansing. The walls trembled, not in fear, but release. The hum crescendoed into a choir, low and sorrowful. In the Holloways, every one of them saw. Isaiah saw the boy whose bones he'd found, whole again, running through a field of sunflowers, arms open wide. Anaya saw the woman in the white dress turn to her and smile, then dissolve into a soft burst of light. Marcus saw the tree no longer scorched, but blooming with blood-red flowers as big as fists. Olivia saw her own face reflected in the mirror of history, weeping and proud, standing among ancestors who had knelt in this very room and built something stronger than wood. And then it stopped. The wind hushed. The rain ceased. The lights glowed steady, and for the first time since they'd moved in, the hum was gone. No more whispers, no more pulsing, just stillness. Peaceful, sacred, remembered. In the morning, Olivia opened every window. Let sunlight pour in like forgiveness. She buried the skull gently, with words she didn't know she remembered. Marcus laid stones over the soil in a perfect circle. Ania sketched symbols into the floor of the study with charcoal. Isaiah planted sweetgrass. They didn't call the news, didn't file a report. They just kept, because that's what the house had asked. That night, the Holloways sat together at the kitchen table. No phones, no distractions. Just a meal made with love. "Do you think it's over?" Ania asked. "No," Olivia said. "I think it's just settled." Isaiah yawned. "Can I sleep in my own bed tonight?" "Yes, baby. Even if the lady comes back?" "If she does," Olivia smiled, "you tell her we remember."